Hi guys and dolls, today I'm doing a tutorial that was highly requested the other day when I did my iMats haul. I was wearing this makeup and so many of you were like, oh my god, please do a tutorial. So today I did. You're having a great day and I hope that you will enjoy this tutorial. It's definitely, I think, beginner friendly. There are false lashes and things like that which you could totally skip, although I think that they kind of make the look. So if you'd like to learn how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Starting out today with Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I just have to ask, does anyone else's primer do this where it gets like really oily when it comes out of the tube? I love this product except for that one little thing that's like, why is there always this weird oil in it? So for eyeshadows today, we're going to be using the I Heart Matte palette from Wet n Wild. Unfortunately, this palette was discontinued, but I'm going to just walk you through the properties of the shadows that I'm going to use so that you can find a dupe for yourself. A matte white, a matte beige, light fleshy tone color, a cantaloupe fleshy color, and a chocolate brown with a bit of like a reddish warmth to it. And then I'm also going to be using a purple, and the reason why I'm not going to use the purple from this palette is because this purple is almost like a bluish sort of purple and I want that warm plum tone. So what I'm going to use is this one from Inglot, and you can see here's some shadows that I pulled that you could also create this look with. I'm going to use 115R, the deepest shade in that rainbow shadow from Inglot. It's just a nice warm plum. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start this out with the fleshy cantaloupe color and a big round blending brush. This one's from Sonia Kashuk. And I'm going to tap off the extra. And I'm going to rock that right in my socket line just to map out the lid space. And then I'm going to bring that down onto the lid and mix it in with that fleshy color a little bit. Just sort of grab from one and then grab from the other pan. A little bit more of that cantaloupe color. And so there'll be a slight variance in the lid shade versus the crease, and it's just gonna have it will create the illusion of depth. It's just gonna have to create the illusion of depth. You're just gonna have to make it work. So just fluff that on the whole lid. And then I want to continue to blend that out, so I'm just taking my brush and wiping it on a clean towel to make sure that the excess product is gone, and just flutter out the edge of that so that it doesn't have a clear stopping point. Then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to mix a little bit of the white in with the like fleshy beige color. Now if you have a deeper skin tone than me, the fleshy beige tone might be light enough for you, but because my skin is actually a little bit lighter than this shadow, or about the same color, mixing it with the white helps create that highlighted effect that I want. And you can see I'm being kind of sloppy about it, just sort of slapping it on there. The main thing is just to get the color packed on, and then you can go through and start to blend and make sure that the both the crease and the brow bone highlight meet properly. I don't know what I'm saying. I heard myself say brow bone all weird, and after that I have no idea. But you guys get the point, so do as I do, not as I say today. Alright, so I'm going to take the brush that I used to apply the highlight shades and just again wipe that off, always kind of reusing things with this look. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of that chocolate shade and just a little tiny bit of the fleshy peach shade. Adding a little bit of the last color that you used just helps everything blend a little bit easier. And I'm placing this right in the outer corner, and I guess the key to make this makeup work really well is to keep it soft. So I'm placing it at that outer corner, but I'm not just packing it on. I'm sort of using these side-to-side motions to feather it into the greater part of the lid, but concentrating the color still in that outer corner with my little swirly motions. And you don't want to take that color terribly far over. You just want to create a nice soft shadow in that outer part of the lid. Now I'm going to grab our plum shadow from Inglot. Again, this is Rainbow Shadow 11R, or 11R Rainbow. I don't know. Is anyone else confused by the Inglot numbering system? Because I totally am. Anyway, on that same brush, and this is a Sigma E25, for anyone who's wondering, and just place that over the brown. So having the brown down initially will keep it a little bit more neutral and, again, a little softer. And I put on a bit much. I'm going to grab my big fluffy brush and blend it out. Blend out the edges on the inner and outer portion. Just kind of blending it in one big funny circle. Why not? Alright, so my last layering trick for this is to use the cantaloupe fleshy shade and the beigey fleshy shade on a flat shader brush. This is a Sigma E60 from the vegan line, which are my favorites, just so you know. And pat that on the lid to really create like a higher concentration of color, whereas before you just sort of fluffed it all over the lid. And then you'll see on this outer part here, I put it over our crease shades just a bit, and then I'll come back with the brush that I applied them with and blend over. And this just creates that super soft look. And then also, because the lightness kind of continues further onto the lid, it makes the lid pop forth a bit more without having to do like a cut crease or any kind of like crazy, you know, stuff like that. Alright, for eyeliner today I'm going to use an inglot gel liner in number 74. It's a bright plum. And I'm going to use a flat brush to apply this. This is a MAC 212. And then I usually like to take it in the cap and just kind of make it nice and flat. That way you don't have excess gel liner and you don't end up making a mess. So what I'm going to do is start at the inner corner and just walk this liner over. There we go. After that, just pull it down and get it as close to your lash line as possible. One more quick thing to mention, this inglot liner, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's cracked. It looks like it would be all dried out and cracked, but then when I go to use it, it's still, you know, buttery. Whatever. Fun fact for you. The false lashes I'm going to wear today are from Miss Adoro. They're number 423. Now, I already cut these lashes down, and what I really like is that they're so layered, and some of them are more curled than others, so they really look like real lashes, except that, of course, they're fake. So I'm just taking lash glue all along the back side, mostly like on the top edge. And these are a thicker band, so it's really important to try to curl them a little bit up before you apply them on the lash line. And then go ahead and let the glue set so that when you place them on, they're ready to be placed on. Alright, and then I do the swoop and scoop. Oops. The swoop, scoop, and oops, apparently. I don't think that these were ready to go on. Oh well. So I'm going to line my waterline with a Makeup Forever pencil. This is one of their Aqua Eyes pencils, and the shade is 23L. Now what I want to do is add some purple onto the lower lash line. So I'm taking the same brush that we had before. And this is a bit awkward, but you know what of. Taking that right under the lower lash line as close as you can get. Not under the lower lash line, on the lower lash line. Jeez, I cannot talk today. Bring it up a little bit to marry it to the top. Or like where the shadows are. And then slightly thicken and smudge the line on the outer edge there. Okay, I'm going to apply some mascara on the lower lash line. So for my blush today, I'm going to use Pandora's Makeup Box blush in Lolita Pink, or maybe it's just called Lolita, I'm not sure. And I'm using my new Royal & Langnickel BX10 brush, tap off the extra. And what I'm going to do is apply this to like the back side of the apples of my cheeks, and then work it back. This is just supposed to be like a natural flush. This is one of my favorite go-to blushes. And then for my lips today, I'm going to apply this Inglot lip gloss in 105R. This is the sleek makeup lip paint. Again, Inglot, the names are sort of confusing. It's sort of a bright pink. As like the finishing polishing piece of the puzzle, it's a mouthful, I'm just taking the beigey flesh color and this fluffy brush from Sigma called the E36 and taking that right in the inner corner with a bit of the white shadow as well. And it's these little tiny things that you do that will make it look more complete. Do you see how that just has a different effect on my eyes? It makes them look a little bit more open. And it's not that much lighter than my skin tone, but that little tiny bit does so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Remember to just be yourself. See you, bye.